rest of the paper, kind of shaky. But you're doing a good job.
Welcome everybody to an electric Midland Community Stadium for the City Championship Game 2021. The Dow High Chargers, the home team against the Midland Chemics, one of the great sports nights of the year, and it has been. Now will be the 52nd City Championship game. This is Dave Marsh bringing you the action along with the old ball coach Frank Aldemore, who has seen his fair share of these championship games.
All but two.
All but two. Since 1970 was the first one, and 2021 the 51st one. The last 10 games, the two teams are 5-5, and Dow High probably the favorite tonight with 5 wins coming in. Midland just with 2, but it is just still going to be an electric night. The place is packed.
Well, it's going to be a great night for football. It's first football feeling night.
It is, yes.
Weather-wise. So that's been great. And the things have happened. One of the most important things that's happened is the Dow quarterback, Bakis, is not going to be able to play tonight. He's suffered a concussion this week in practice. And the hard part for Dow is going to be able to have to replace 1,800 yards of offense. But you have to have faith in Dow. You have to have faith in their coaches that they are prepared for this situation, and we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for the junior Jack Bakis having a phenomenal season, leading his team to a 5-3 record coming in. Just unfortunate he's going to have to miss the city championship. In his stead, calling the signals will be number 2 Dawson Studebaker, who's their middle linebacker, going to be called into duty as the quarterback tonight.
Now, Dawson Studebaker is a black belt karate. Dawson Studebaker is a good student. Dawson Studebaker comes from a tremendous family.
So we are going to, at this point, send it on down to the field with the Dow High Charger Marching Band performing the national anthem. Of the anthem by the Dow High Marching Band, 188 strong this year. And at halftime, we'll get to enjoy the unique performance of both bands on the field, the Midland and Dow, and it's quite a spectacle to see. But in the meantime, we get ready for kickoff. And Coach, You've ruminated about this all week. With Backus getting injured, you may have changed these, but what do you see as the keys to the game tonight?
The keys to the game have completely changed. I had them pretty well set. Now I had to make some changes. But for Midland, coming up first, I think we need to eliminate any missed opportunity. Midland has so many times got down inside the red zone and has been unable to convert any sort of points. Their field goal for the first time in probably history has been a non-factor in the game. Second part, tackle in space. Most teams play 17, 18 yards wide. Dow plays the entire 53. That leaves a lot of open areas. And third, they have to improve their special teams. Now, they have an outstanding kickoff return. I would not kick it deep because he has brought it back to the 40 each time. Let's go to Dow. They have to rally around a new quarterback. The quarterback goes down, next guy steps up, the rest of the team rallies around him. Second, for Dow, with a new quarterback and the situation the way it is, it becomes a field position game. You need to, first off, protect your defense, and second off, you need to be able to get the ball in good possession. And third, protect the ball. Don't throw it into the other team's hands.
Well, we shall see how that plays out. You are a very able prognosticator, we have learned over the years. But we will see quickly about how Studebaker does at quarterback, as Dow will receive the opening kickoff from the Chemics. Will Lundstedt doing the duties for the Chemics. Little pooch kick, and it settles right on about the 24-yard line. Little pooch kick. Looked like it was headed out of bounds, but fortuitous for the Chemics. It just kind of died right there.
That was a very dangerous situation for Dow right there. The ball was going out of bounds. It stopped going out of bounds, and Midland was just a shade short of catching up to the ball.
Heads-up play by the Chargers just to pounce on it, recover it, and it'll be 1st and 10. Dow High at the 24-yard line. Dow High led by head coach Matt Peterson, who's in his coaching his second Midland Dow clash. They fell to Midland last year 32-6 in the championship game. A.J. Fang will take the handoff, sheds one tackler, but there's a bunch of Chemics there ready to bring him down. So a big first play for Midland there.
That was a big play for Midland because A.J. Fang has been Dow's power runner for the last 2 or 3 weeks. And I like the emergence of A.J. Fang. But what I liked the most here was that's one of the first times I've seen Dow's defense run to the ball.
Zion Douglas on the tackle. A high snap, and the ball's loose. It's recovered. He could make something out of nothing. Still on his feet. That was Fang, I believe. And it was, or no, Carter Coates, excuse me, turned what was going to be a major loss, shed some tacklers. They're still going to go back to the 23. It'll bring up 3rd and 11, but a great job by Coates to
salvation.
Yeah, it would have turned what was going to be about a 3rd and 20 into a 3rd and 11, much more manageable. Studebaker's only thrown 6 passes this year, but he did play some quarterback last year. So he does have some experience throwing the pigskin. Back to pass. Looks, finds his man, but he's going to be short of the first down. And I think Midland thinks he fumbled it. Or no, they're just saying it's 4th down. So he picked up about 10, needed 11. And it'll be 4th and 1.
See, that's where the receiver has to know where the first down marker is. He turned 2 yards short. He has to go down and get the first down first, then turn.
Looks like Dow's going to go for it. On their own 33-yard line, the first series of the game, showing a lot of confidence in the offensive line and in their running game. Coach split to the left. He comes in motion, fakes the handoff, and Studebaker's going to drive. I think he's going to get enough.
He's going to get it. It's going to be close, but he'll get it.
He needed 1, got 1.5. got out to the 35, which is a first down. So gamble on Coach Peterson's part there, but it pays off, and Dow moves the chains.
So the end of field position game doesn't matter anymore.
I guess not.
Wherever the field position is, we go for it.
A.J. Fang, number 26, 319 yards, 3.7 yards per carry. He gets the pitch there, a lot of room to run. There he goes. That's Coates all the way into Chemic territory, down to the 34-yard line.
Boy, that laned up perfect for Coates to run through, and that completely flipped that field position that we talk about. Beautiful run. Now, we're going to see them come up in the line here, and we're going to see linemen coming out here and making great plays. There we go.
Fumble, ball's on the turf, but Dow's going to recover it. And that was, the ball carrier was going to be Caden Kritz. He's going to get no gain out of it. He was fortunate just to bounce right back to him, bring up 2nd and 10 from the 34. So Dow has a multitude of weapons. Studebaker at quarterback, Caden Kritz, we see number 3. Watch for number 4, Tucker Pomranke, splitting wide to the left. He's their big play receiver. He's got single coverage out there. Fang goes in motion. It's going to be a pitch to Kritz. He's got a lot of room to run. Makes a move, cuts back up. There's a flag on the play. This might come back here, but he took it, Kritz took it all the way inside the 10. But there's a flag was thrown on the run.
Sideline infraction called against Midland.
No, it's a sideline. That's a sideline violation.
That's a warning against
Midland,
I believe. Was it?
It'll be first.
It's just a warning. So Dow will have it, 1st and goal from the 8. Remember, and also 22 Carter Coates is a threat, as we have already seen. Dow's got a lot of rushing options. Fang, 319, Coates, 295, and Kritz, 122 yards on the ground this year. Studebaker's going to keep it, drives ahead, going to be brought down at around the 5 or 6 yard line.
Dow has made good yardage on the perimeter, and I would expect that they'll go back to that. Midland is pretty much handling that quarterback move.
Zach Bushler on this tackle for the Chemics. Dow is getting up to line scrimmage quick. Studebaker on the ground, dives. It's a good tackle by Jason Davenport, saved the touchdown, but Studebaker all the way down to the 1, no, we'll call it just inside the 2, 3rd and goal, Chargers. Dow showing a lot of confidence here. When they go on 4th down from their own 33, they just feel that they want to make a statement here on this opening drive. A.J. Fang, number 26 in the backfield. Studebaker's going to keep it, tries to follow Fang's block, and he goes into the end zone for the score. Good blocking, followed A.J. Fang right into the end zone, and Studebaker on his first drive at quarterback takes his team down for pay dirt.
How about rallying around the quarterback there?
There you go. That was
great
quick.
Plays all the way through. Two long runs on outside pitches and a touchdown.
Carson Jenkins will attempt the extra point for the Chargers. The senior threw it went. The timing was off, and it's going to be no good. And so 6-0 Dow right out of the gate.
High snap.
Yeah, the snap kind of threw that one off. We'll look at the team.
Okay, now we know the quarterback's going to take the football. He's going to come right in here, but watch the blocking off the edge.
Everybody got their
Everybody's
hat
in
on
there.
a man.
Beautiful job. It's a great 2-yard play.
So just like that, Chargers taking an early command. We'll see how the Chemics respond here.
And, Dave, they ate up almost half of the first quarter doing it.
Right, just running the ball.
Now, how will Midland respond to this? Because it could be, let's go get them, or here we go again.
Right. Midland 2-6 coming in. Not a normal season for the Chemics by any stretch. And, you know, they came into the game as the underdog. It's the championship game. They're got to be ready to roll. We'll see how they respond there. It looks like they expect an onside kick here. They have 9 men within 10 yards between the 50 and the 40. And Mettner did say they want to avoid the onside kick being an issue. Received at the 6-yard line and going to be brought over the 20. That was Jason Davenport on the kickoff return for the Chemics.
Jason Davenport has a tremendous kickoff return average, and he just really does a good job. He finds the seam, gets up in it, and is a threat every time he touches the ball.
So at the helm for the Chemics at quarterback, Drew Barry. He's the senior, 6'3", 200. He's having a really good year himself. He's #1 passer in the Saginaw Valley League Blue Division, 1,253 yards, 14 touchdown passes, and completing 54%. He's alone in the backfield, going back under heavy pressure, and he's brought down at the 20. So the Dow defense, Studebaker on the sack. So he's going to, we mentioned Studebaker, also middle linebacker, going to try to make a difference on both sides of the ball. He will come out of the game now, however, on 2nd and long. Midland Barry is the leading rusher for the Chemics with 373 yards, 7 touchdowns. Number 5, Jalen Brown, next with 254. He's number 5. Brown in motion, trying to cut up. Just nice job. He got met at the line of scrimmage. He plows ahead to the 25 to pick up 5 yards.
He avoided 2 arm tackles in the backfield and was able to get back to a reasonable amount of 4 yards.
It'll bring up 3rd and 6. And boy, Midland just is, after giving up the touchdown in the opening drive, does not want to go 3 and out here and put the defense back on the field. We were watching Midland in warm-ups, and they're running a lot of plays with a full house backfield, but so far Barry's been by himself. Heavy pressure, he fires, ball sails high. Attempted for Zion Douglas, but went high, just maybe threw it a tad early, and maybe just a...
I mentioned this before when Midland played Davidson and we did the game, that I've noticed that Barry's arm has dropped. His elbow has dropped, which has led to a number of higher balls that sail right now. So instead of that nice step through that he had earlier in the season.
Mm-hmm. Barry also the punter for the Chemics. Line drive kick, Carter Coach to receive. He's going to pick it up at the 41. And nice return. There's good coverage by Midland, but Coach able to pick up about 5 or 6 on the return. Number 51, Colin Coffey on the tackle.
Now this is very important right here for Midland. We've got a first down just at midfield, and Midland has to stand strong. They have to stop this advance.
So shout out to the Dow High offensive lines having a great year. Daniel Kowalczyk, Mason Nickel, Daniel Watkins, Adam Brensky, Jack Coppins, the front 5 on the offensive line for Dow. There is a flag. It might be illegal. So Dow has a lot of players out there. Yeah. So they had four players right by the sideline.
4 players talking with the coach.
Substitution infraction called against the Chargers.
See, those are lost opportunities. You know, I look at those as lost opportunities. You got to make up 15 now, not 10.
1st and 15 for the Chargers. They have 4 wideouts to the right. Watch out left here. but no, Studebaker's going to keep it, try to create space, and he does. Nice play call. Tackle by Forrest Rich, number 11, but they split everybody wide to open up the field. And then Studebaker, that offensive line.
Yeah, remember I told you that
space.
Dow plays 53 yards wide. They'll spread you all the way from one end to the other and then ignore you and run up the middle.
When they played Heritage, plays where they split 4 left, they a lot of times threw to Tucker Pomeranke the other way. Studebaker's going to keep it again. And he's spun down. It'll bring up 3rd down. That was Rich again on the tackle. Dow will have 3rd and 4. You got to believe this is 4-down situation almost all the time now for Dow. If they went for it on their own 33.
4 down anytime they want now. Just get 3 yards every play and you've got it made.
Mentioned Pomeranke, the leading receiver. Dow with 28 catches coming in. Kritz with 20. So it's going to be offsides on Midland. They're going to say their jump went into the neutral zone, I believe.
Yes.
Ball start called against the Chargers.
Now somebody must have flinched, causing the defensive movement. So it'll make it a 3rd and 8 situation. Ball back into Dow High territory at their own 48. 3:43 remaining here in the first quarter. It's a packed Midland Community Stadium on a crisp fall night. Great night for football. As probably 8,000 people are here possibly watching this contest. And now more confusion by Dow, and coach just says, you know what, enough's enough. We're going to call timeout and get recalibrated here.
Well, again, you have a quarterback working on 1 day of practice. So you're going to have some missed calls going. I have no problem with that. I usually don't like those timeouts, but I have no problem with that. Dow has a problem. They have 125 plays, maybe 150, and they're all on little cards, and it's long cards. So sometimes in that 25-second clock, you can't get them off.
That was
and
one.
They shuffle. They don't signal in.
Yeah.
So they shuffle the quarterback in and out. So that presents a problem.
That quarterback or that timeout kind of felt right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They just had 2 penalties, and it's like, all right, the offensive coordinator, John Streeter's done a tremendous job. Just wanted to make sure they had this one right on 3rd and 9, call it. Fang in the backfield next to Studebaker. Studebaker back to pass. A lot of pressure. He's got a man open. He hits him. This time enough for the first down. That's
exactly.
That is Studebaker on the reception. Or excuse me, Pomeranke on the reception from Studebaker.
Pomeranke's his favorite receiver.
For good reason.
Pomeranke's out here in the corner. He comes down, makes a nice little turn, gets the position. But watch the rush by the Midland outside linebacker. Just a shade short of getting there.
Pomeranke, 28 catches, 445 yards, and a touchdown coming into this game. Pitch left. Studebaker took a blow, but he got the pitch off, and a big run by Kritz goes all the way down to the 24-yard line. Or excuse me, Carter Coates. It's just a great run, just kind of picked his way forward, shot ahead in a big game.
Has had a great year. They're going to come down, make a nice, easy play out here. We're going to get some blocks out here on the perimeter.
Coach with, yes, that'll put him over 300 yards rushing on the year. This time Studebaker's going to keep it, fake the handoff to Fang, and they're going to get a couple maybe. Tried to vault over a would-be tackler, got it to the 24, so really no gain on the play. Studebaker looking very comfortable, I would say, at quarterback. Looks like he's just stepping in and like this is his job. Back to pass. He's under heavy pressure, throws it, and it's caught by Fang. What a great catch. Threw it a little high where only the 6-foot Fang could catch it.
Fang jumped up, knocked it in the air, came down with it. Good play.
Check this play out again here on replay. Fang slips out of the backfield. Studebaker thought about Pomeranke, then threw it over the middle. Fang leaps in the air and brings it down at the 9-yard line. 1st and goal, Chargers. With just over a minute to go in the first quarter, things could not have gone much better for Dow so far in the early goings. This time it's a pitch to Coates, and he broke some tackles, and he's going to get down to the 8-yard line. He's going to gain a yard. He'll bring up a 3rd and goal situation.
Remember, we told you this earlier in our keys, the idea of tackling in space. We've got a lot of missed tackles going on, so Dow is taking advantage of that.
Fake the pitch. Studebaker's going to lose yardage. Nice job by the Chemics that time. They read that play very well. Number 14, Nick Kruger, is the leading tackler for the Chemics, and that will be the last play of the quarter.
You know, I've really been impressed with the down 4 linemen for Midland. They have put pressure on the quarterback. They haven't got to him yet, but they've been close. But they have jammed up the middle of that running lane for the quarterback.
And that will bring us.
Colin Coffey has really done a great job all year.
Yeah, that D-line with Kruger, Danny Turberg, John Hine, like you mentioned. But we're here to the end of the first quarter. Dow High knocking on the door once again with a 6-0 lead. You're watching this crosstown rivalry game between the Midland Chemics and the Dow High Chargers on MCTV Network. MCTV channels can be found on Charter Spectrum channels 188 through 191 and through AT&T U-verse channel 99. The game is available to stream in beautiful high definition on Roku and Apple TV devices, soon to be the Apple Stick as well, through the free MCTV Network Community Voices app. Follow MCTV on Facebook to learn more about community media in Midland. Check out the weekend edition of the Midland Daily News for more playback time. I mentioned the Midland Daily News. Joining us in our booth is longtime sports writer for the Midland Daily, Fred Kelly. He's doing stats for us tonight while he's covering the game. We appreciate that, Fred. And we were telling him we appreciate all that Fred does for the sporting world in Midland. Does a great job of covering Midland area athletics. So we're gonna start. Go ahead.
So right now, you must play mistake-free football. Both sides. You can't give easy yards, and for Dow, they just got to be able to punch the ball down the field and get this first down if they can.
Well, it's 3rd and goal, so they're gonna have to punch it in the end zone.
Yeah.
And from the 11. Trying to double their lead here. So, what a play. Only threw it short. They did fake the reverse. Almost a little Statue of Liberty.
Perfect.
He kept it.
Everybody was fooled.
That was, Coach was wide open, and Studebaker just kind of rushed, short-armed it, and just threw it short. What a play call.
Oh, it was.
By Coach Streeter.
Watch the fake here, and then he comes out, and Coach is going to sit in the corner. There's the fake. Oh, he came across the field.
Came across
the field.
So they're going to attempt the field goal instead, but Midland's going to call timeout. Coach Eric Metner didn't. He's been at the helm since 2008. Didn't like what he saw, as he was sniffing out a fake possibly. But Carson Jenkins was setting up for the field goal for Dow. Probably if Midland holds them to 3, a little bit of a victory for the Chemic defense, maybe.
And
Dow.
if he misses the field goal, a big victory.
Yeah. Just to Dow with 2 lengthy, time-consuming drives in this game, just over a quarter long. With that 6-0 lead, it's going to be a 28-yard field goal attempt for the senior Jenkins. The kick is up, and it is good.
See, that's a big 2-score field goal. That's 9 points now.
Right.
So it ends up being that you got the score twice.
So Dow takes that 9-0 lead early in the second quarter. This has been all Dow here so far. 2 long drives, and defensively it was a 3-and-out for Midland. Eventually, this is the kind of game where a defense can just wear out.
A defense can wear out, exactly. Especially if you got a lot of players going both ways.
Exactly, and which Midland does, and the way Dow plays is they're kind of, almost all running plays. And so we'll see what Drew Barry can do behind his offensive line, which features Colin Coffey at right guard, Dean Wolf left guard, Caden McPhillips at right tackle, Logan Ware at left tackle, and Connor Rock is the center, number 77. So the Chemics back deep are Davenport and Brown. Again, when we talked to Coach Metner this week, he was very leery of the onside kick. Dow has been very proficient. Really, that's how they beat Western in a way, is 3 consecutive onside kicks in the fourth quarter with their miraculous comeback. 28 points down in the fourth quarter. But he will boot it away again. And it's fumbled, but it's muffed, so it'll be a touchback as it goes in the end zone. And the Chemics will take over.
That was a very good kick. Very good kick. Reduced the opportunity for the run back.
Those high line drives are pretty hard to handle.
Jason Davenport is running back to the 40 in the last 3 or 4 games.
So the Chemics will take over in the right hash at their own 20-yard line, trying to muster some offense and get something positive going. Davenport is Barry's favorite receiver, 36 catches, second in the league, 469 yards. Jalen Brown also with 31 catches. They're the 2 primary receivers for Midland. Now we're going to see the full house backfield. All 11 men bunched up. Hands off to 8, but he's strung out and just nowhere to run.
Now, did you notice Dow came up and put 11 men within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage?
It's a great defensive call. Jack Parker, number 8, among the Dow High
I thought
tacklers.
A little play action pass off of that, and the wingback is running all by himself.
It was Zion Douglas, the ball carrier. Let's see, this time they're going to split trips left. And Brown will be split to the right. Barry back to pass. Under heavy pressure, a screen as receiver fell down. It was going to be to Gabe Malice. Tried the screen pass, but that was blown up quickly. And Barry just had to get rid of it. The receiver went down.
That was blown up quickly. If you take a look, everybody's out here, and they want to throw the screen in here, but the receiver, he's going to fall down here, and so you end up not being able to get a playoff.
He would have had room to run, too.
He would have. He got out there, and you'll see the other guys are coming a little bit late.
Wardell
more concerned with the trips to the field than they were the other part.
Good pressure by Aiden Wardell. Bring up 3rd and 10. Dow's going to call timeout this time. Yeah, if he had kept his feet and got it to him, there was going to be a lot of green real estate.
It depends on how fast Dow was able to rally to the ball. We wouldn't know because the receiver fell down and the quarterback actually threw a pass that the receiver wouldn't probably been able to catch anyway.
Because of the pressure. So the MCTV network is the hub for local sports action. Visit www.CityofMidlandMI.gov/MCTV for more information. Catch replays and on-demand video of college and high school football, hockey, basketball, soccer, volleyball, and more. Don't forget to follow MCTV on Facebook to get up-to-date information about upcoming events on MCTV.
This is a big play for Midland right here, Dave.
It really is, because this would be consecutive 3-and-outs on the first 2 possessions, and just got to give that defense a little break, get some positivity going on offense. I'm going to say to reset the play clock to 25. Barry back to pass. Looks downfield, fires, ball's up and intercepted. He just kind of put it up for grabs, but a big defensive play by Carter Coates.
Now, what you want to understand, this is very important for teams. Dow throws hundreds of balls every day in practice. Well, somebody is on defense with those, and so Dow's secondary is accustomed to being thrown at. And right there, that was a beautiful, beautiful coverage down in the middle of the field here. And we'll see Barry does get a good pass off, but it's going to be right there. And there's your interception. The ball
thrown a little bit. That was great coverage by Coates.
Great coverage by Coates.
In effect, a punt. It was about where a punt would have ended up probably. Here comes the blitz by Midland. And this is going to be number 3, Caden Kritz. Going to pick his way out to, looks like, first down yardage. They're going to move the chains. Just another one of those weapons that the Chargers have.
Attacking the perimeter with the width of the field. This has been Dow's MO the whole night. Pound you a little bit inside and then make big, big yardage. Attacking that, tackling that's going on.
Well, Backus, a lot of times, he'd be the guy running up the middle. But just gives, a little different dimension. Trips, or 4 receivers out wide to the right. Studebaker is going to be a quarterback draw. Going to keep it still on his feet. Got the first down again. Sheds the tackler. Finally brought down inside the 30. Jalen Brown on the tackle, but Studebaker with another big chunk of yardage.
Now, to me, there was no doubt that Studebaker was carrying the ball. I mean, there's nobody in the backfield. Right, there's nobody in the backfield. He's going to come back in here, and here's Midland's going to do a stun off the corner and loses the linebacker.
Same thing. It's going to be quarterback. Oh, he thought it might be a draw, but he's going to be brought down for the sack.
Well, we had good coverage on Pomeranke. That was the first step. When he saw the coverage, it couldn't throw it. And Dawson's a pretty sharp kid. He sees the coverage and he steps up, and Midland was right in the face of him and made him a good play.
So sack for the Chemics will make it 2nd and 11 at the 29. Just under 10 minutes to go in the half. Time to pitch. Ball hits the turf. Fang dropped it, and that disrupted the timing of the play. Great job, Cole Shelb on the tackle. Number 6 out there. I just threw the timing off when it hit the turf. He was fortunate to bounce right back up to him.
Yes, and allowed the perimeter defense to get to him.
So 3rd and 13 for Dow.
Up until this point, every wide play has laned up for Dow. Okay, we're going to see it out here as they run this, and there goes the ball. Hits him in the hands, but Midland did run to the ball.
Ball on the turf again, it's loose. But Studebaker's going to be able to recover it. So after Dow, some big plays, moved fairly deep into Chemic territory, as put the ball on the turf the last 2 plays, and now it's 4th and forever.
Again, we have a lot of action going on here. A lot of action. And the ball goes right out and then kicked, and then...
Yeah, he took a peek before catching the snap. Studebaker is the punter for Dow as well tonight. Nice punt. Fielded at the 7-yard line. And a nice return out to the 23. That was Davenport on the return. Really nice job.
Very nice job.
I wondered about him fielding it at the 7-yard line, but he knew what he was doing. So Chemics will take over, trying to get some offense mustered. They don't have any first downs so far with 8 minutes to go in the half.
Well, one of the most important things, they got to stay within themselves. They can't lose track of the fact it's only 9 points.
Right.
You're not going to. There's no 9-point play. Get your touchdown, and then go get another touchdown.
Sometimes a handoff, and Jalen Brown is going to pick up about 7 on the play for the best offensive play of the night, probably, and be 2nd and 3. Well, run plays like that.
Yes, it's hard to contain Jalen Brown all night. He's going to get his plays. And if you're Dow, you got to accept that he's going to get his plays. And if you're Midland, he's got to make his plays.
Brown averaging over 5 yards a carry for Chemics. Second and 3. Barry's going to keep it. Not much room to roam. Going to be no gain really on the play. Chargers had sniffed that out.
Well, Dow's going to key on Barry. He's been their top runner.
Barry's a terrific basketball player for the Chemics. But as quarterback right now, he's going to be called upon to pick up at least 3. You do not want to turn the ball back over here at this juncture. Got to get some positive things happen offensively, move those chains. Barry back to pass. Fires, got his man. That's going to be the first down. Davenport's going to pick up yardage out to the 36, and then does move the chains.
Very good. That was a smooth pass. And I've said this all through the year. Barry has wonderful tone on the ball. The ball has a terrific spin to it, and it's easy to catch. And you'll see as he steps back here, he's able to set up and then make a good throw across. See there, his elbow's not down there. It's in a good position. It's in what we call the slot.
Give me a handoff to Brown up to the 39. Gets 3 yards on the play. Barry did also a nice job kind of looking off the defense. He looked in the middle, let the pattern develop, and then found Davenport for the first down yardage. Similar to play that Dow goes to get the first down when they throw over to Pomeranke, just kind of that quick out. Barry's going to keep it, fakes the handoff, plows ahead. He's going to get a yard or 2. Good strong run. Jason Casey in on the stop for Dow.
Midland looks just a little out of sync. Just off just a little bit. Sometimes a guy misses an assignment. The handoff's a little wider. They're just a little out of sync.
3rd and 6 for the Chemics. Barry back to pass. Under pressure. Fires. And it's caught. What a passing catch. Great job. That's Davenport again. Barry did a nice job under pressure. Got some good arm strength on it. And a great catch by Davenport.
Terrific catch. Well, Davenport's here, and he's going to come out and make a little out move here, and then catch underneath it. We'll see it here. He's going to come out and make a nice little, and they're going to clear that out.
Man, perfectly
Terrific.
thrown ball.
Terrific.
Really nice job by Jalen Brown blocking in the backfield. Barry back to pass again. He's looking deep. Fires downfield. Nobody there. Just threw it up for grabs, and it's going to be once again Carter Coach, his 2nd interception of the night. There was miscommunication there because there was no white jerseys where
there was
Barry
nothing
threw
there
it.
other than
2 Dow players.
Okay, you're going to see we're going to get a drop off here, and the receivers are going to be in here.
That just was off. That will be Caden Kritz on the carry. He's pretty shifty. Ends up with no gain from the 37, but it could have been worse. 3:45 to go here in the first half. Been all Dow here so far, but like you said, it's a manageable score, 9-0.
9 points.
Midland does not want to give up a score here to end the half. There's going to be a flag. I think Midland is going to be offsides here.
Midland,
not the kind of penalty.
The Midland linebackers have stunted on every single play. Now, that's great. Except there's no perimeter help. When a linebacker stunts, somebody has to cover. Well, if the middle is jammed up, then the perimeter guys have got to be able to protect the perimeter. Well, the perimeter guys are not protecting the perimeter. That's why Dow's gotten some big runs out there. That last little play right there was one man away from being a big run.
So instead of 2nd and 10, it's 2nd and 5. Clock's running. Studebaker drags the tackler a bit, but then good job by the Chemics to sniff that one out. A few blue helmets on that play, led by Colin Coffey. And they tried to strip the ball from Studebaker. Studebaker ends up picking up about 1.5 yards. We will call it 3rd and 3 for Dow. Here comes the blitz again. Fires, caught. It's going to be a first down. Really nice job by, that's that quick little out there.
Pomeranke.
To Pomeranke. That's kind of their bread and butter first down play. He just comes out, runs a little bit of an out and settles, and
I'd be checking Pomeranke's gloves. He's got to have super glue on him because he rarely misses anything.
He's an impressive player.
Yeah, he is.
For
He
sure.
makes a lot of big plays.
So Dow moves the chains with 2 minutes to go here in the half. This is a big drive. Doesn't it feel like it is? Oh, great job by Coates, and he is turned what was going to be a big loss into probably no gain maybe lost a yard, but he got stuck. Great job by the Midland defense, but he shedded a tackler in
the backfield and was able to at least get close to the line of scrimmage.
Carter Coates having a tremendous game for Dow. Both sides of the ball. 2nd and 11. 1:48 remaining. Here comes the blitz again. He's hit, forces a short throw. It was great pressure by the Chemic defense. 23, Danny Turberg leading the charge.
Well, this is one of the big problems when you empty the backfield. You know, there's nobody to block, so the ball has to get out of there fast.
3rd and 11. It seems Midland's one of their game plans is try to just get quick pressure on Studebaker, hoping he'll make a mistake.
Get as much pressure on him as they can and jam up the middle so he can't run there.
Going to be a little bubble screen, knocked down. What a great job by Midland. That was number 42 on the play.
Now there's an example of the elbow being down near your waistline, and you're going to throw across your body to the screener, and it doesn't work.
42, that's John Hine batting the ball away. That was a big play. If he completes that, that was going to be a big play for Dow. So great job by Hine to break up the pass, forcing Dow to punt with 1:41 to go. Tried to get the kickoff. Oh, wow. The official thought about that for about 10 seconds. They're going to call roughing the punter, but he looked at it till the play ended and then threw the flag. That was very interesting. It's a 5-yard penalty, so it won't be a first down.
Okay, so
the kicker called against Midland.
Stunner coming off the corner to make the play. Here he comes. He's clean. Oh, he came up the middle.
I think it's the right call because they did make contact, but they still haven't thrown the flag yet, and he was ruminating about that extensively. I think he did make the right call. It'll be 4th and 6. See if Dow goes for it now. Looks like they're going to, Coach.
Dow has no fear.
They don't. Churning it from a 4th and 11 and punting, now 4th and 6. They have confidence in their offense, and why not? They've been moving the ball. And their defense has been holding. They want to make a statement here. If they get a score at the end of the half here, it's going to be big. Heavy pressure. Here's the bubble screen again. It's complete, and it's going to be a first down. Carter Coates again spinning, churning his way deep into Chemic territory. That's the play that was set up previously.
Is Carter Coates having a game?
Tremendous game.
Really a tremendous first half.
So now, all of a sudden, Dow gets to the line quickly. 1st and 10. The chains aren't in place yet. Going to throw it out to Pomeranke. It's going to be and they're going to throw a late hit. Just not a smart penalty by Midland.
No, that was quite the problem right there.
With 1:13.
He stepped out of bounds and he stopped, and then
it was an easy call. But that's going to, instead of being at the 23, it's going to be half the distance. And now it's going to be deep in the red zone. That one hurts. That roughing the punter could turn into a major play in this game because, with less than 2 minutes to go, Midland was going to have a long way to go, and now Dow is turning this into a scoring opportunity. Studebaker fires, got his man. Trying to move forward, but Caden Kritz with the reception. It's going to be 1st and goal Dow at the 4-yard line. Zion Douglas on the stop there, but with 1:05 to go, Dow knocking on the door. It's going to be a timeout Midland, I believe. Or maybe, I guess Dow is going to call that timeout. So folks, coverage of this game is being produced by MCTV volunteers and staff. If you'd like to help create coverage of games like this one, sign up for our media creator workshops. You will learn how to be a producer, create a studio program, use professional video cameras, and edit your video on professional software. Learn how your creation can be made into a podcast, YouTube TV, and be seen on Roku and Apple TV. Call 837-3474 to learn more. Subscribe to the City of Midland's Media Workshop calendar to get notifications about upcoming workshops. More information can be found on the website at the bottom of your screen.
That was a very good timeout by Midland.
It was.
It's able to settle your team down a little bit, and you have an opportunity here to hopefully keep them out of the end zone and maybe give up 3, maybe.
So set first and goal, but it's actually 2nd and 2. Dow can still get a first down. Studebaker talking to the official about something. So now we're ready to roll. Chemic student section imploring their defense to come up big. Studebaker back to pass. Here's that bubble screen again. He's open, and that was kind of ill-advised. He threw it up for grabs. The Chemics coffee guy got twisted around. Dangerous pass.
That was such a, I always marvel at some of the things Dow does. This one here, kind of questionable, is that he goes out and they're trying to slip a guy out of the backfield here, and you'll see what happens. Colin Coffey gets into the play, and he's just not ready for that.
The pressure from the Chemic blitz caused him to Studebaker to get rid of it quicker than he wanted to. Studebaker rolls left. He's hit, throws, incomplete. They'll bring up 4th down. I kind of thought that was a good no call. The ball was sailing high. I'm not sure it was catchable.
Well, even though that's not a call in high school, uncatchables is a college call. A pro call. But in high school, if you interfere, you interfere.
I thought it was a penalty.
It was a good no call too.
Yeah. Here we go, 4th and 2. This is a huge play. Chemics really need a stop. Fang in the backfield. This is where the quarterback draw Dow likes to go to with all the receivers split out. We're going to try to draw Midland off. He's going to keep it, and he is going to be
fumble.
He fumbled the ball.
Fumble.
What a big stand for the Chemic defense. Boy, did they need that. Studebaker trying to get extra yardage, which, it was 4th down.
Reaching out,
if he doesn't reach out, if you fumble it. But great job, I think.
They ran the option here, getting up in here and hoping to pitch if it's there. Reach through.
Turberg stripped it loose. Great play by Turberg. That was a huge play by Turberg. Oh, my gosh. If Dow scores there, there's momentum. Right now, Midland's just going to try to keep it out of their own end zone. Barry's going to keep it and drive ahead to pick up about a yard. And that probably will be the last play unless Dow decides to call timeout. I'm not sure why you would.
If I'm Midland, I want to get to that locker room.
Well, the thing about that is now they actually have a little momentum going into halftime. Made 2 big defensive stops. This game could easily be 21-0. And instead it's 9.
If I'm in that locker room, I'm saying to Midland, they've given us their best shot.
And we're in the game.
We're still in the game.
Absolutely.
They've given us their best punch, and we're still standing.
Right.
And now we're going to go out. We're going to get the ball.
Right.
And let's just go out and play football.
And so the clock strikes 0 at the first half of the city championship game. And what a half for Dow. But like you said, you just feel like they had 2 interceptions. They long drives almost every time, but the last 2 drives in the red zone end up just with 3 points.
Dow's gotten caught down there in the goal line. They ran 2 passes with the need for 2 yards. You get inside the red zone, you got to pound it in. And they almost pounded it in, and then they, of course, fumbled the ball.
And so we're going to, huge crowd here on hand. We got a ball game going on here, 9-0. Dow, the 2 teams head in the locker room, and we are about to be entertained by the 2 bands. The Midland Chemic Band is going to come out first, and then Dow High will join them. We're going to send it on down to the field. Enjoy halftime, folks. The Midland High, Dow High marching bands. We'll see you in the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Mr. Eric Adder, Mr. Chris O'Connell, Mr. Nathan Snyder, Mr. Michael Fair,
Mr. Andrew Warner. It's the 2021 Midland High School Chemic Marching Band. This year's band is being led by drum makers Joey Peltier, Betty Bartlett, Jacob King, Andrew Gordon, and drum captain Cal Stearns. Band, take the field. Famously featured in the 1980 film The Blues Brothers, The Queen of Soul was seen as being this tune out throughout the diner. Conducted by senior drum major Jacob King, the Chemic Marching Band will now begin this evening's halftime performance with Aretha Franklin's Think. And now it's time to get on your feet and show that Chemic pride as the Chemic Marching Band performs the Midland High Fight Song. ladies and gentlemen, your Chemic Marching Band.
The Charger Marching Band will take the field to perform a huge hit by Michael Jackson. Grisly ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver. For no mere mortal can resist the evil of the Thriller.
And now we welcome the Chemic Marching Band back to the field to create the Midland Public Schools Combined Band with a strength of 366 talented musicians. The opening number is very popular with the student section. Here is Power. Next, we welcome the pom-pom squads from both high schools to the field for their routine to a hit song from the South Korean boy band BTS. Here is Mic Drop. And in case you were wondering, we now have almost 400 students on the field. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the combined Midland Public Schools high school pom-poms and marching bands.
Welcome back, everybody, for the second half of tonight's city championship game. After that tremendous halftime performance that we always treated to, Coach. Again, this is Dave
Absolutely
Marsh.
special, isn't it?
It is, Frank, and I'm here with Frank Aldemore. And as we get ready for the second half here, after hearing the bands, we'll take a look at some of the first half highlights for you. Bring some of those highlights to you folks. And
this is right off the bat. Dow makes a great move on here. And there's an over pursuit by the Midland defense. And all of a sudden we get a breakaway here. As you can see, a excellent attempt at a tackle there by Zion Douglas, hoping to strip it. This is the touchdown here by Dawson Studebaker. Pushes his way in the end zone. Personally, I don't like reaching out like that. That's what caused a fumble later on. This is a good throw here. And of course, caught by Tyler Pomeranke. That to me is the passing that Dow needs to do. The fancy stuff, the screens, they're not going to work because you need to work to do it. And again, this is a very good option pitch that gets a chance to lane up some arm tackling that's not going to do any good.
It's Carter Coates again, and what a half did he have for Dow.
Again, there's a nice pass over the middle to A.J. Fang, who catches it, and this is our field goal that gets through the end zone and over through the post. Good pass here by Barry that gets intercepted. It's one of two passes that Barry threw that he intercepted.
Yeah, both
And
Carter
this
Coates
is-
on both of those.
This is a very good run here by Dawson Studebaker. And this is the second interception here where the runner just ran out of bounds, or the receiver ran out of bounds. And again, interception.
Yeah,
Carter Coates had a great first half. This is a little bubble screen that was successful only because of the over penetration by the Midland defense. And this is the fumble right here, and the recovery is
36.
36.
Zach Bushlin on the recovery. And so that was a huge play for the Chemics. Turberg stripping the ball to save a score, which, I mean, just think what the difference would be.
Would have been a 3-score game. Now,
Could be 16-0 with the momentum.
Here's the thing that's going on. Dow, okay, we're going to do the keys to the game, see where we are. Eliminate missed opportunities for Midland. They haven't had any opportunities.
Right.
They have a total of 32 yards in offense as opposed to 183 yards for Dow. We saw some arm tackling in the highlights. That tackling in space is very important. And special teams, I've been kind of impressed catching the football on the punts and returns. So, yes. For Dow, they have rallied around their new quarterback.
Yeah.
They're playing very well for him. It's a field position game. As we saw earlier, Dow doesn't care about field position. They're going to go any place they want to go. I thought with having a new quarterback that they would play it as safe as they could, hopefully be able to drive the ball down the field. No, it's still wing and sling and get out of my way. And protect the ball only if we throw it hard enough. So that's pretty good. Now, you know, as I take a look at this, this is the most important thing. Dow is a second half team. Midland is not.
Right.
Midland has not played well in the second half. So we're just going to have to see what happens. Somewhere along the line, they're going to have to take a little look at, you know, they're rushing and stunning so much up the middle to stop the quarterback that Dow's had great success on the perimeter. Will they continue to do that? I don't know. But I know they want to put pressure on a inexperienced quarterback. So now we'll see.
Not a big surprise. Statistically, heavily in Dow's favor. 183 yards total offense, including 110 on the ground. Midland 32 yards of offense. Obviously, they're going to have to address that in the second half.
But that 12 yards rushing, when is Midland at times has averaged 12 yards on every play.
Right. And
so, that's a crucial issue.
So, like you said, Studebaker being very efficient, 7 of 12 passing for 73 yards. And he's also rushed for 39 yards and a touchdown. But we mentioned Carter Coates has been the number one star here in both sides of the ball for Dow in the first half.
He's been the player.
48 yards rushing on just 5 carries, 2 catches for 23 yards, and 2 interceptions. It's hard to have a much better half than that. And Pomeranke, 3 catches for 27 yards for Dow. Davenport has caught 2 passes for 15. Well, Midland's going to get the ball to start the half and just see what adjustments Coach Metner can make here just to get something going on offense.
Well, here's the thing that surprises me, Dave. This is a veteran offensive line for Midland. A veteran with good size and led by some really good players. And they just have not been able to.
Little Pooch fielded at the 32 and going to be taken out to the 39. So good return by Forrest Rich. Dow tried to kind of kick it into the dead zone there and see what could happen, but a really alert play by Rich to catch that in the air and then pick up some yardage on the return.
I didn't understand that kick because the last time he kicked it into the end zone, and now you're starting on the 20. You have the wind in your favor.
So best starting field position of the night for the Chemics. They have not ventured into Dow territory all night long.
Remember, we're talking about a field position game, really, for both teams.
So Drew Barry on the signals. He's going to keep it. And there's a flag on the play, but he is just stuffed. 32 and 53. And on the tackle, that's Landon Miller and Daniel Kowalczyk. On the stop for Dow. There's a flag. We'll see what the call is. It's kind of in the area of holding normally. And that is what the call will be. So, man, that hurts.
Okay, so we saw the ball come back here. He's going to come up in here and watch the hit, but we're going to see some serious. There's a little delay fake. And come up into the chute. Dow shuffs the blocker off and makes a good play. And there's where the holding is, right in that end.
So now 1st and 20. 1st and 21 for Midland. It's not how they wanted to start. Pass off, and it's caught. Nice pass, pitch and catch. Barry hits Davenport, his 3rd reception of the day, to get those 10 yards back.
All of these passes are going to go to Davenport. There's no question about it. He's their number 1 receiver. He's out on that corner. He's going to make just a little move and catch the football.
Good zip on the ball by Barry.
Very good pass.
2nd and 11. So a shovel pass and it's going to pick up some yardage to Davenport to the 42. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Chemics. Maybe make it 3rd and 7 at the 41.
That's a pass.
Yep, it's a pass.
That's a pass.
If you don't get it here, do you go for it for Midland? We'll just see what happens here on 3rd down before we speculate. Yeah. But I'm sure that's going through the minds right now.
Pass out here to Brown or Davenport.
Here's a blitz by Dow. Pass up. It's to Davenport, all right. And he can't hang on. Drops the ball. That was unfortunate. It was going to be short of the 1st, but they almost certainly would have gone for it then at 4th and 1. But looks like they're just going to have to punt it away. Just that holding penalty just killed him on the very first play. He had a little momentum.
Okay, so here he's out in the perimeter here, and they're going to make the same play. It's a good pass, but an excellent job of pass defense by Zach Parker.
Zach Parker did a great job there. So Barry going to punt it away. High, wobbly kick. Coates is going to field it at the 25. Jets around, gets about 3
Good
yards.
coverage. Excellent coverage.
The way this game has gone for Coates, anytime he touches it, you're like,
if I'm the defensive coach on either team, I'm going to double Davenport, and I'm going to definitely double Tucker Pomeranke.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to let those guys catch the ball. Anybody else can catch the ball if they want to, but just don't let them catch, because they're the favorite receivers of these quarterbacks.
Full house backfield here for Dow. It's a reverse to Coates. He's got some open field. He's quick. He's going to get about 9 on that first down play. Douglas on the stop out there, but not after a big yardage on first down.
Dow has no fear of anything. I mean, they got a reserve quarterback, so let's just run a double reverse, flip the ball over the field, don't worry about it. Get 9 yards. So we have this. No.
2nd and 1, handoff to Fang. Big hole up the middle. He's rumbling his way. So you remember the Heritage game was pretty close at half. We didn't see Fang the whole first half.
Right.
And then we got a heavy dose of A.J. Fang in the second.
He doesn't let you have the ball. He's just going to run for first downs.
And they move the chains.
He and Coates are a dangerous duo.
Thunder and lightning.
Well,
Fang is kind of a bruising back, and Coates is
he's quick.
Quick.
Oh, he's quick.
This time it's a pitch to Kritz. He finds the edge, and he's going to be run out of bounds at the 33. Midland did not get the edge covered, and Kritz was able to take it for another big chunk gain for Dow.
Again, we're back to that, being able to attack the perimeter. Bay City Western ran the ball right up the middle, and Midland has not forgotten that. And so they are really jamming that middle up.
There's Fang. No, not this time.
Yeah,
Turberg.
That was really a good stunt right into the play. The garden tackle got pushed back into the backfield. Excellent defense by Midland.
Turberg, John Hine. We're calling Turberg's name a lot tonight, too. He's having a big game for the
having
Mechanics.
A very good game.
Going to lose 3 on the play. 2nd and 13. Here's a reverse. Pomeranke is going to look deep for Carter Coates, and he caught the ball. What an adjustment by Coates. That was Pomeranke, came around, end around.
No team has more success throwing 50-50 balls than Dow High.
Usually it goes to Pomeranke. This time he threw it.
So we're going to see Pomeranke come back, get the ball on the reverse, and we're going to see a little down and in right there, and he's going to be wide open for a long time. So there is the play. Oh, he came back from the other side. And there is the inside.
So it was underthrown, but
underthrown.
Great
Come
adjustment.
back to the ball, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be 1st and goal. Carter Coates just continues his big night. You go down in history of these games, and in your memory, guys stand. Your son had a game like that.
Yeah, my son
he
had
was
a
a
great
senior.
game,
And your son Greg, where you just stand out like, wow, that was their big moment. That's what's happening tonight for Carter Coates.
Okay, now let's see what happens, because Dow was down here before, and you just got to punch it in here. This is where you get, as a team, you get down and dirty.
Let's see a quarterback draw here. He is going to keep it. Studebaker piles ahead, in for the end zone, touchdown, Dow High Chargers.
And that was the same play they ran for their first touchdown.
You're right. They just say we're not going to mess around.
No reverses, no screens.
Let the quarterback make a play.
We've had our play on that long pass.
Dow's going to go for 2 to make this a 3-possession game if they do. It would be the extra point would be 16. That's still a 2-possession game. They go for 2. They had missed the previous extra point. I think they feel it's an opportunity. A 3-possession game is going to be hard for Midland to score 3 times the way this game has gone. Little jump pass, incomplete. Tried a little Tim Tebow jump pass, trying to find Kritz over the middle, unsuccessfully.
It was a 2-part jump pass. I got a fake, then I got a jump. That's a lot. That's a lot. All right, here's the touchdown. And we're going to see right in that seam with some very good blocking.
It's the exact same. It's a replay of their first touchdown.
Exactly.
Fang came out, got a lead block.
Fang leads it up, and you see he got right behind Fang and ran in for the touchdown.
So, boy, Midland had that defensive stand to end the first half, had some momentum, but then the way this half, you always talk about the beginning of the third quarter as a key to the game. Well, Midland has the holding penalty, goes 3 and out, and Dow just marches down the field and scores, just like they did in the first half.
It's a story of big plays for Dow.
Yeah.
Big plays to get him in position to get the touchdown. Now, again, it's 15 points. A touchdown puts you right back in reaching.
Yep.
So there's no reason to panic. Get the touchdown.
This is going to be fielded at the 14. Burst ahead, a nice return. That's what you were talking about. Jalen Brown all the way out to the 35-yard line.
So good on those kickoff returns. So good.
There's a Charger shaken up on the play.
B.J. Horn, middle linebacker.
There's a flag on the play next to the football. Something on the ground there. Unsportsmanlike
conduct
Midland?
called against Midland.
Oh my gosh. Gonna march it back 15 yards. We've had some just terribly ill-timed penalties here. It really hurt. So instead of the 35, it marches back to the 20.
You know, those are monster penalties on kickoffs. You know, sometimes I think you just let the ball go in the end zone. Don't mess around.
Right.
I'll at least get the ball on a 20. You notice colleges, they're happy to
fair catch it.
Put it on the 25.
That's the 25.
Don't worry about it.
So Horn will come off the field. Looks like, I don't know if that's his shoulder or what, but he came off under his own power. So 4 receivers boxed out to the right.
Double stack box.
But they're going to go to Davenport in the flat. He's going to get about 8.
That was the reason.
Yep.
Get as many guys over here as you can, so I can get one-on-one with Davenport.
It was actually Brown.
Oh, was that Brown?
Davenport was in the stack, and Brown slipped
you're right.
up there.
You're right.
Positive play on first down. Midland with a long way to go. The offense has not gotten into Dow territory all night long. That's a major testament to the Charger defense. Barry back to pass. Fires. He's got him. And it's going to be a first down, complete to Zion Douglas. Nice pass. Short pass, but they are able to move the chains. They have not done that very often tonight. Got the ball back to the 35, which is where the kickoff return was. Midway through the third quarter here, Dow on top 15-0.
So now this is the formation that I like. A slot with Davenport and Brown.
Barry's going to keep it.
Okay.
Lunge ahead for about 4. He hasn't had much room to run. Dow just kind of bunching the middle, daring Midland to run it up the middle.
See, if I put Davenport and Brown in the slot, you're not going to be able to cover them. And make nice, easy passes for the quarterback, get in a rhythm, and then take a shot at a big one.
2nd and 6 for the Chemics. This is the 57th time these two teams have met since 1970. 52nd city championship game on the line. Little shovel pass to Brown. He's got room to run. He's going to move the chains again. Out to the 46-yard line. He's quick. He's got a little jet to him.
Those are his kind of plays.
Yeah, if you get
run that perimeter, get my feet moving. You'll see the little pass play here.
Yep, little shovel pass.
Little shovel pass forward.
He did a good job cutting up instead of trying to go all the way outside where the defense could track him down. Little out pass. Davenport breaks one tackle, but well defended by the Chargers.
Dow did a good job of running to the ball there.
Kowalczyk, Austin Benchley in on that play. He sniffed that one out well. No gain for the Chemics. Davenport probably did a good job just to get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Barry back to pass, fires. It's Davenport. No, or it's Brown again. Play they like to run to Davenport, but that is going to get 8. 3rd and 2. Finally, Midland ventures into enemy territory at the Dow High 46.
See, they've got to get somebody in that undercover to be able to protect that. They put that defensive back on an island out there, and that's a great plan by Midland to do that. Spread the defense out. Give you one-on-one with the receiver out there. Put them on an island.
Midland desperately need to move the chains here. Barry's going to keep it, trying to go outside. And what a great play by Caden Kritz. Not only does he stop the first down, but a big loss. So instead of going to be 4th and short, it's going to be 4th and 7. Midland's going to punt it away.
Okay, watch Caden Kritz come off the corner here. There's the fake. Here's the quarterback. Come here. And there's Dow running to the football.
Well, Midland's going to kick it back to Dow. He's holding it, waiting for the coverage to get down. That's a good job. But it is
out of bounds.
Yep. And so Dow will take over at the 27. A promising drive for Midland, got to 3rd and 2, and then huge defensive play by Kritz for the big loss, forcing the Chemics to
loss,
punt.
That was
even if it's a no gain, they probably go for it on 4th, right?
That was a big play for Dow defense.
So Midland defense desperately needs a stop or to get a turnover, have something positive happen with just over 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. That time it snuffed out. That was Kritz. And 51 again, Coffee on the stop.
Coffee is a beast. He makes a lot of. When he went out of the one, even out, I think it was a Davison game. Dow's defense Midland's defense was not the same. Midland's lost a couple good defensive players to injuries.
Second and 13. Chemic defense needs to rise. It's going to be a pitch to Coates, and he's going to jet out to the 31, turn it into a 3rd and about 6 or 7. Oh, he gets out to the 30, so 3rd and a long 7 for Dow.
Dawson Studebaker is going to have a long recovery time after the hits he's taken tonight. Every time he runs the option, Midland is dumping him.
Midland defense desperately needs to make a play here. Got to get the offense the ball back, try to get back in this game. Here comes the heavy pressure again. Studebaker fires. He's wide open as Pomeranke. You almost knew that play was coming. It's the out to his favorite receiver. He unloaded it, and he comes down with a big catch.
Very interesting. Dow is out here with 3 receivers. So their receivers are all out here. Midland has only 1 defender back here. So 11's in the under coverage, but there's nobody for Pomeranke. There's the safety. So it ends up being a first down.
Chargers
missed assignment.
Yep, Chargers moved the chains. That was just a missed opportunity for Midland, I'd say. Coates, again, trying to go wide. And this time well strung out by the
beautiful
Chemics.
job on the perimeter by the Midland defense.
Hine and Rich.
And Turberg, again.
Running him out. Turberg's everywhere.
He has made so many he's made plays that other guys make the tackle, but he's responsible.
1 yard gain for Coates on that one. It was 2nd and 9. Clock continues to kick. It's going to tick. It's going to become a factor here pretty soon, deep into the 3rd quarter. Little bubble screen. Oh, great move. Pomeranke with a huge play. That bubble spring worked to perfection. He sensed the coverage, and he cut in immediately on the catch.
Cut it in front of the coverage and makes a play for a first down.
Yeah, that was a really nice job by Tucker Pomeranke.
Okay, so here comes the bubble screen out here where he sets up and then throws it here. But watch what happens here. There is the defender, and he's going to intercept the ball.
Yep.
But Tucker Pomeranke cut in front of him and ends up making a big first down.
Real heads-up play. Coates comes out left. It's Fang plowing his way inside the 20. A.J. Fang on the carry.
Well, we both think that Fang doesn't get the ball enough.
We
do not think Fang gets the ball enough.
He might get a little more here in the 4th quarter.
To me, he is an X factor in the Dow offense.
Under 30 seconds to go. I wondered if Dow would run this clock out, but they want to get up to the line and make a play. That's been their MO, is to get to the line of scrimmage and get set and ready to roll. Well, they're going to try to draw Midland offside. I think they will let the clock run out. 4 seconds left. And that will bring an end to the 3rd quarter. Again, it's really all Dow. Offense has just been methodical. Haven't really lost a beat with Studebaker, and their defense has been amazing.
Well, they're just not letting Midland have the ball. The time of possession.
Yeah.
If I knew our stat guy well enough, I'd ask him about time of possession. But wow, Dow just has dominated. In the 1st quarter, we saw that first drive. But Midland had 1 3 and out. Well, in a half,
in the whole quarter.
In a half, you expect to have 7 possessions.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
No.
it's not happening because you're not stopping the other team. And this has been Midland's MO all year, the inability to stop the other team.
Well, our MCTV volunteer crew, the amazing production crew with all the great camera angles and the replays and everything. We also thank all the volunteers. Also like to thank the Dow High Athletic Department for their support of tonight's broadcast. They fed the crew. And also, Coach, how about the little chili cook-off we had
Chili
pregame?
cook-off.
So what was your vote? We had a Texas chili from
chili.
Chris Ferguson.
Right.
And we had more of a traditional northern chili by Matt Richardson.
Yes.
What was your
Well,
what was your
I
pick?
voted for the Texas chili, but I really mixed them both together, and then I thought that was really outstanding chili.
I'm going with Matt's traditional
right.
chili. I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one. Well, here we go. 1st and 10. Dow. A.J. Fang gets it, and good job by the Midland defender. That's Kruger. Fang was giving it all he had to try to break loose, and Kruger had none of it. It's actually going to be about a yard loss for A.J. Fang. Now, this is kind of make or break here for the Midland defense, don't you think?
Absolutely.
You can't go ahead or down by 3 scores. That's why Dow went for 2 before to already make it a 3-score game, but now they're with clock ticking into the 4th quarter. Somebody on the Midland defense needs to make a play here. Studebaker back pass, looking for Pomeranke. He's got him. It's going to be a 1st down again. Mr. Reliable, number 4. If you need yardage in the passing game,
just throw it to
just
Pomeranke.
look for that 6'1"
little out,
senior.
Little simple out. And if you throw it long, he'll probably come back and catch it.
Yeah. He's just tremendous hands, 28 catches on the year. Dow's leading receiver, and you can see why tonight. He's like the security blanket.
Exactly.
In the passing game. You just throw it his way, and something good's going to happen.
See, I see the same thing with Jason Davenport. He's open all the time, and good against good coverage, and he catches the ball, and he's a threat every time he catches it.
1st and goal. Studebaker is going to keep it, drive to about the 5. It's Zach Bushlin on the stop. Bushlin with a big fumble recovery at the very end of the 2nd quarter. Makes a stop there, but the clock ticks with 2nd and goal from the 5. Dow is not really in a hurry here. They can just milk this clock and just take a few minutes off the clock, and if they get another score, it's going to be very difficult for Midland.
Dow's running it unbalanced.
Studebaker is going to roll to his right, fires, and it is incomplete. Trying to find Fang out of the backfield.
Now, this is an example of an inexperienced quarterback. He's rolling to his right, but his shoulders are facing the sideline. So he needs to square those shoulders up so that he's throwing. And let's watch it on the replay. Okay, so now he's going to come out here, and you'll see this is where he should be. But you see him, watch him float out as he goes. There's the fake. All right, we're going to come. See how he never throwing off his back foot, slinging the ball, never gets his feet set nor his shoulders square. That's a recipe for disaster.
So 3rd and goal from the 5. Coach
option
in the backfield.
Here comes the option.
Trying to do the hard count to Studebaker. There's a flag on the play.
Timeout.
Timeout, yeah. I think the play clock was
called by the Chargers.
Down to 1 or 2 seconds, and Dow alertly calls timeout. They want to give up 5 yards down here.
Right.
3rd and goal from the 5. You want to punch this in. Although really a field goal almost does as much damage at this point in the game to make it 3 scores. But Dow does not want to have to settle for a field goal try. They want to punch that in. So Dow, I know we still have a lot of time to go here in the 4th quarter, but just kind of looking at our some of the history of our this rivalry. Dow has 4 shutouts in the over the years on Midland. They're going to try to pitch their 5th tonight, and there's a goose egg on the board with 10.5 minutes to go here in the game.
There's a lot of time in the game.
There is.
And again, Midland's defense has to rise up right here, or all the time, and you just don't get the ball back enough.
Right. And Dow chews up clock on these drives. Trips right, but he's going to go to Pomeranke. He does in the end zone, and it is incomplete. Good defense by Midland. That was Brown on the coverage. I like the play call. It's your main guy. You throw it up where only he can catch it, but really well defended by Midland.
Okay, now we see a simple little out pattern going back in here, and again, good coverage here.
He was looking at him the whole way.
Nice little in fake.
That was an excellent play by Brown. So field goal attempt by the Chargers. It is up and it is good. And that will make it 18-0 Chargers, a 3-score game. That's what I mean. The field goal was a critical play to get points at all, because now Midland has got to come up with 3 scores.
And very questionable field goal kicking.
Yeah.
So that's...
which always has been really a strength of Midland football.
Always, not
just
this
kind
year.
of a aberration this year. So do you have a story to tell? Are you looking for a free speech public forum for your voice to be heard? The Midland Community Television Network is here for you. Individuals and nonprofits have been using MCTV for 37 years to share ideas, promote services, raise funds, and build a greater sense of community in the Midland area. If you are interested in learning a new skill, promoting your club or nonprofit hobby, creating a podcast or YouTube video, or just looking to volunteer, please give MCTV a call at 837-3474. Actually, we saw in the paper that you need to dial 989-837-3474 now. That's how you can find out how to join our team. Victory bell being rung by the Dow faithful. Ring that every time the number of points they have. Midland special teams looking to make something happen here. It's going to be a squib kick fielded at the 32. Good job again by Zion Douglas to field that and pick up some yardage, so good field position for the Chemics.
Now, I know why they're doing that, because Davenport and Brown back there are dangerous.
Midland won't score on that play, but if Davenport or Brown get it, it's a possibility.
Chance.
That's exactly what it is. So Midland will take over at the 40. I believe that's the best.
And they're going to be around for a long time.
Yeah, their best starting field position. Yep, Davenport a junior, Jalen Brown just a sophomore. So we got the double stack to the left, Davenport to the right. Barry he's looking for Davenport deep. Oh my goodness, what a catch. That was Jalen Brown. It's interference on the play, but what a catch. Are
Terrific
you
catch.
kidding me?
Great throw, great catch.
Wow.
Now this is one of the times I like the way Barry sets himself back here, gets himself in position, and we got it. Now watch him set. See how he sets himself? Now we haven't seen much of that.
High arm.
High arm, sets himself, makes a great throw, and now
what a play.
Ball on the 31-yard line.
Pomeranke all over me, even got flagged on it, but biggest play of the night for the Chemics, down to the Charger 31. Barry's going to keep it, dives ahead for about 4.
Well, Barry's 6'5". If he just falls,
he's
got
halfway
3
there.
yards.
Benchley on the tackle for Dow. Austin Benchley, the 6'4", 215-pound junior. Well, I'm certain it's 4-down territory now.
Absolutely. It's 4-down territory away in the beginning. I mean, they just weren't going to give the ball back to Dow. 1-on-1 down in the corner here, and that's exactly
Brown.
where he's looking.
It's Brown again. Great play by Zach Parker on defense, because if Brown shrugs that tackle, he might still be running. You're going to hold Midland short of the first, be 3rd and 1.
Again, we have a nice set here by the quarterback. What? You're going to set, see how he sets and throws? Right there is a beautiful job.
So 3rd and 1 for the Chemics. See if Barry just runs a quarterback draw here to try to pick up 1. He does, and he does. Picked up more than 1. Inside the 20 to the 18. I like that play call right there. Just let your line give him a little crease.
Yes, give him.
Let your big quarterback, your leading rusher, plow ahead to get a yard.
You know, Dave, we're not used to seeing scores 18-0. We're used to seeing 40 and 50, and I've always said sometimes you have to score 40 points.
Yeah.
Tonight,
Yeah.
every score is important.
Yep. Dow's
Midland is on the move right now. They have found a little system here to throw to.
Heavy pressure under Barry. It's a jailhouse blitz. Fires, and it is caught. And it's going to be a completion. He kept his feet in bounds. Davenport with a tremendous play. He and Brown are taking over right here.
That's a beautiful
What
catch.
a play.
Beautiful catch and a nice release. Okay, so watch. We're going to see him come out here in the corner, and we're going to catch him right there.
A little crossing route. Nobody was on him.
Nope.
Throw it right now. But he was under heavy pressure. Good arm strength. Oh, he dragged that foot, kept it in bounds. Shovel pass to Davenport, gonna try to get the edge, cuts back, spins ahead and thrown down. It's gonna be short of the 1st down.
Oh,
no.
We hate to see that.
Parker made a great play, and then Midland player retaliates, and that's gonna be a severe penalty.
We hate, this has been such a well-played game. We only had the one other penalty, the tackle out of bounds.
Midland trying to get back in this game, finally finding some offense, and is going to get marked off 15 yards. Oh. Just gut-wrenching for Coach Mettner.
Absolutely.
Parker with another great play there. Can't really see what happened. No, right there. He shoved back. Just not necessary.
Little bit of frustration.
Midland's going to call timeout. This is really a good timeout. They got to just
settle them down, get back.
Now they need it'll be 2nd and about 16, so you try to get maybe half of it back on the first play. You don't need to get it all.
Just throw the ball out to Brown or to Davenport. Let them get the 8-10 yards.
Yes.
Come back with it again. Dow's been unable to stop that combination.
Right.
And Dow, they are convinced that their one-on-ones can cover those guys. And I would tell defensive back coaches, you can't do it. Get somebody underneath them. Get somebody underneath them so you can't throw to them. I mean,
you hate to see that. You gotta.
One time we had a guy named Charles Rogers to play against.
Yeah.
And I told our defensive coaches, we've got nobody. We've got 2 nobodies that can cover them. So put 3 guys out there.
Well, that was a special player there.
Yeah,
That was,
well,
not many were going to cover him.
no.
Second and 17 for the Chemics.
Trips to the sideline. So they're going to go to the wide side of the field. You can
It's
see
under
it.
pressure. Barry is going to keep it. Runs down the field and he's run out of bounds. He's going to get about that half of it back.
That was good.
A very
That was good.
effective play by Barry. That was
Right.
heads up. All the pressure was coming up. Once he got around it, he just had room to run.
Okay, Barry sets back in here, makes the move, and makes a nice little run up in there. He's able to break the contain. See how he steps up nicely into the pocket and is able to make a play.
So this is 4th down, Coach. The other was a dead ball, so the play counted. So Barry picks up half the yardage on 3rd. It's now 4th and 7.
Again, one-on-one out here.
Barry back pass. Under pressure, fires and dropped. Oh, I think he was going to be short anyway.
Yes, he's going to be short, but it was a very good defensive play.
Yep, by
and
Kritz.
a good effort. Good effort.
And Davenport got hurt on the play. He went up for it, and Caden Kritz made a great play. Even if he caught it, he was going to be short of the first. And hopefully Davenport will be okay. He's had a big game for the Chemics. 6:50 remaining, and Dow's going to take over offense. And this is where, you know, they maybe we'll see that. Maybe it's AJ Fang time and Studebaker where you just try to kill some clock.
We're going to run a replay on that, and you can see where the quarterback's going to come set up right here. But we're going to see a really good defensive play. And that was a well-conceived pass pattern. And ball goes up, and I used to tell our quarterbacks at State, don't throw that ball. You're going to get me killed.
Yes.
You're just going to get me killed.
Kritz comes back. Dawson's going to keep it. Breaks a tackle. He's on the loose. Dawson Studebaker flying. Midland tries to strip him. A huge gain on 1st down by Studebaker. The backup quarterback, quote unquote, but he's not playing like a backup
No, he's
tonight.
not. He's playing great.
He plays
tonight.
like he belongs here.
He's playing great tonight. He has really stepped up. And again, the team has rallied around him.
They have.
He shook off a tackle there. And again, right here, we're going to see hopefully trying to get to the ball. And that's exactly what you're telling your defense. At this point in the game, we got to tackle the ball. If we miss the man, we miss the man.
Ooh, a little counter to AJ Fang. Oh, and he breaks the tackle, and he's going to go to the house. AJ Fang, touchdown.
What have we been
2
saying?
plays.
To AJ
Give him to AJ Fang.
Give it to AJ Fang.
What a power run. That was a nifty play, kind of a counter shovel pass. Well executed by the Charger offense. Coach Peterson giving a high five to Studebaker, saying, well done, young man.
AJ Fang, what a run. Broke a tackle down, and then ran through another one.
Yeah, 2 Chemics had a shot at him, and he just they just bounced off the strong running of AJ Fang, 6', 215 senior. Extra point is wide, but there's a flag on the play.
I think Midland was offside.
And they blew the whistle. No, you just go for 1 here because your extra point makes it a 4-possession game.
Right.
So even if you get half the, could decline that, couldn't you? So
you could decline it.
Just do your normal extra point.
But then if you decline it,
Yeah, they're declining it because you're just do what the kicker's accustomed to at the kicking from the 10. This time it's good. He had missed the first one, but this time it's good, and that's barring a miracle, that's going to seal it.
All right, now here we go with this run. This is a fabulous play. You'll see A.J. Fang come back inside, and there's a little shuffle right there. But watch what happens going down the field. There's the little reverse.
Shovel pass.
Here he comes. Now here comes the first hit. No, we're not going. We're not going down.
He just
no,
bowls.
you guys are done. And here he goes. He just runs right through the two of them, and he's a little bit faster than the secondary. He is fast for a big guy. I mean, he's a big guy.
Yeah. Well, that's probably going to seal it. I mean, you would take – Midland will have to get 3 onside kicks probably to be able to pull this one off.
Well, Midland needs 4 possessions.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
There's not enough time for 4 possessions. What they need to do is just put a drive together and then onside.
Right.
Play a little Dow High Western.
Probably, you'd be surprised to see that little squib kick again. They do kick it away to Davenport at the 6. Boom, he was met by a green wall. A.J. Wardell put a lick on him along with Brandon Scott, number 11. So Midland, second half hasn't really been kind to the Chemics this
No,
year.
it hasn't. Second half, they have not been a second half team. They don't sustain. You know, they have a play here and then they lose a play, or they have a penalty. They don't sustain themselves.
Good run by Brown. Jalen Brown's going to move the chains. He's got quick feet.
That was one of the better runs all year by Brown.
Was it?
Yes, it was. It was a very hard run. He got up in his chute and wasn't dancing.
Chemic fans, even though their team is behind, are still cheering on their team. Dow High sideline or stands and cheerleaders and band, obviously in a great mood right now. Shovel pass to Davenport again. This time he is going to break loose to move the chains again. Cuts back into Dow High territory. Yeah, the last, this half has really been the Davenport Brown show for the Chemics. But we're down to just over 5 minutes to go. And we're desperately just trying to get on the scoreboard for starters and see if they can pull off a miracle. Brown with the handoff, and he's going to be tackled. Good, got B.J. Horn, got him around the ankles and would not let go.
You see, we're in right now, in my mind, we're in double 2 minute. So we've got to be able to say to ourselves, okay, we're doing a 2-minute drill. We're not messing around running the ball up the middle. We're throwing the ball out on the perimeter. We're doing everything we can to keep the play moving. A few screens and draws.
Empty backfield. It's time for Barry.
There we go.
Pass. Fires
right there.
to Brown.
That's exactly
makes
what.
A nice little move.
That's exactly all you have to do.
This time he's able to get the first.
Get the first down or get out of bounds.
Jack Parker's done a nice job out here of they're making the catch, but then he is just not letting him get any more yardage out here. Just grabbing on and making a sure tackle. Clock continues to run, under 4 minutes to go. Midland at the 37. Shovel pass to Davenport, spins ahead. As that run up the middle is going to chew up some more clock. Frank, we just had official word in that the Northern traditional chili was victorious in the chili cook-off tonight, just for the record.
Again, I picked the champion. No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
That was from thousands of people
Yeah.
casting a vote. Barry up the middle, probably his best run of the night. He's going to move the chains again.
That was explosive for Barry. Very explosive.
Got to the 25. Midland, last time they ventured into the territory, just a
You know, this is going to be a very frustrating year for Drew Barry. He was last year starting middle linebacker and was an outstanding middle linebacker. And he played second string to Money. So now he's the quarterback, and things just haven't worked out for him. You know, it's a shame because he is an excellent quarterback. But, you know, sometimes when things don't go well, you lose your posture and see, there's a good setup
pitch
throw.
and go. He's looking for Brown. And broken up again. Zach Parker on the coverage. He's having a really good second half is Parker. Tried to find Brown on the hitch and go, and but well covered by the junior Parker.
All right, Midland, get a touchdown. Don't get shut out. I mean, that's what I'm saying. If I'm we're going to get a touchdown, and keep that confidence up that this touchdown is the winning drive.
Yeah.
You got to just have that feel in there.
Second and 10. A little bubble screen is going to pick up some yardage to Zion Douglas. Down to about 2 minutes to go. It does have that feel that you just want to make sure to get some points on the board.
You want to go out with your head high. There's nothing worse in this game than getting a goose egg.
There's not a great deal of urgency right here.
No.
But I think they just I think you're right. Right now the objective is to get some points. Calling Brown back into the backfield. He's going to hand it off to Brown. And he's going to be shy of the first. It'll be 4th and about a yard. Brown is shaking up on the play. We're going to see a quarterback draw here to try to get.
It's almost like Midland is saying, we're going to try to get the score, but we're not going to let Dow get the ball back and score again.
Let's see if we get that quarterback draw here on 4th
Oh yeah,
and
this
2.
is all Barry right here.
Nope, he's going to go back to pass, fires, and Brown drops it. Parker again knocks it loose. And Dow takes over, and they will get the shutout.
What a deal for Zach Parker.
It's like they've been trying to pick on him, and he's been making plays left and right. So that is going to do it.
This is an excellent setup, a good throw by Barry. And here comes the throw right in there. It's in the pocket, then knocked out.
The last shutout for Dow was in 2010. They shut the Chemics out 24-0. And the year before that, Midland had shut Dow out 14-0. Dow's going to take a knee wisely. And that's going to do it. They won't have to run another play. So very impressive performance by the Chargers. As you mentioned, this will be Dow's 5th shutout in the rivalry. The 57th game here. And really, let's just face it, that was a dominating performance by the Chargers.
Absolutely.
On both sides of the ball. They just had guys making plays left and right. Great job by next man up, Dawson Studebaker, filling in for the quarterback, Jack Bakes. Hopefully Bakes is okay next week. This win does secure a playoff spot for Dow.
Dow will play Western here next Friday night.
There we go.
Or Saturday.
There you go.
Depending on when they decide.
That'll be a big revenge match for
Oh,
Western.
my goodness. Don't miss it.
So
Matter
hopefully,
of fact, don't miss the first play because it could be 14 points in the first minute.
well, hopefully Jack Bakes, who had an unfortunate concussion this week, had to sit this one out. Hopefully he will clear concussion protocols for that game. But we just saw tonight that the offense in the capable hands of Studebaker
We are
tonight.
ready for replays.
We will check out today's replays back to the first half.
This is the first pitch, and we see an over penetration, and then a great run. And again, hopefully producing a fumble, but not making a play. And here's Studebaker getting into the end zone for the first touchdown.
He had two rushing touchdowns tonight.
And this is an excellent pass for a first down to Tyler Pomeranke. Again, here comes the same play, running the option.
Coates again.
Didn't Coates have feet tonight?
He did.
I mean, he just had explosiveness. And again, our hero, A.J. Fang, catching the ball. This was Dow's field goal. Barry stepping up nicely. And unfortunately, just had a great interception.
Yep, Coates again.
And here we go with Studebaker running the ball.
Nice block downfield by Kritz. Miscommunication there by the Chemics.
Again,
Coach with the second pick of the night.
this is a nice little bubble screen out there to the side. Again, making use of the. This is the fumble.
Yep.
Dow made great use of the over penetration by Midland. See all those guys in the backfield for Midland? That leaves the secondary left. And I know what the thinking is, stop them before they get going.
A little quick touch to Kritz.
Dow's tough to stop, I got to tell you.
Well, they have a lot of tricks in their bag.
They got a lot of, well, yeah.
And here's one of them. A Pomeranke
How about that?
to Coates again.
That's the play that got him in the end zone the first time. And that was a little pop pass, but no pop.
No pop.
Good run there by Brown. Again, here's the one we thought was going to get intercepted, but it ended up being a big, big play
by Pomeranke again.
There's our field goal.
And this was a great catch.
Great catch.
By Brown.
And really good coverage, but a great catch.
Another
and
great
this
catch.
is a good throw and an outstanding catch.
Yeah, dragged his feet to Davenport. There's a scramble on third down, but then Midland unable to convert on fourth. And this was the response to that stop, basically 2 plays.
Right.
2 just huge chunk plays.
And here it comes. And this is really a
I love this
well-conceived
play.
But this right here,
A.J. Fang.
and that's been Midland all year. The inability to stop that run in the secondary. The the power runner in the secondary.
Nice run by Davenport.
Davenport made a very nice run.
So, but when all is said and done, really the time of possession was off the charts in Dow's favor. Midland improved a little bit in the second half. Were able to move the ball some, but then just would have some mistakes that just were daggers, and then Dow would always respond. So you just got to hand it to Coach Peterson and Streeter and the whole staff, and especially the players. You lose your starting quarterback during the week, and
players rallied around their
on
quarterback.
your keys. I thought the big one was when you said you rally around your backup quarterback, Studebaker, and no question about it, that was what happened tonight. Very first drive.
Absolutely.
So congrats to the Dow High Chargers, their 16th city championship, and they will move on, continue their season next week in the playoffs. They take on Bay City Western Midland. Tough year for the Chemics. Uncharacteristic tough year. They will end the season at 2-7. Dow is at 6-3 and is playoff bound. Take on the Western, who they beat in a miraculous win last time. So that's going to be an incredible rematch game. But again, thanks to all of our volunteers with MCTV, all the guys in the camera and in the booth. You guys do an amazing job. We're happy to bring the city this great athletic spectacle here at Midland Community Stadium. And once again, congratulations to the Dow High Chargers, the 2021 city champs. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Again, this is Dave Marsh and Frank Altamore bringing you the action again this season. Good night, everybody, and have a great rest of the fall.